So I'm going to tell you about building the Gigabit web and show you some of the prototypes from the Mozilla Ignite community. So as you just heard, I'm Will Barkis, Gigabit developer, evangelist at Mozilla, and project lead for Mozilla Ignite. You all probably know Mozilla from the open source web browser Firefox, but Mozilla is a not-for-profit whose mission is to keep the web open for empowerment and connectedness and opportunity on the web. And so, we're here for the same reasons that we care about today's web, is because we care about the Gigabit web of tomorrow. So, a lot of the development that has come out of Firefox has come out of a lot of development that's community-driven, sort of bottom-up innovation, which leads us to ask, a very pressing question: how are Gigabit networks going to empower the end user? This is really what we care about. So, in partnership with the National Science Foundation, we ran the Mozilla Ignite Challenge, an open innovation challenge, to grab the best ideas out there and build some apps from the future. We had 15 events, idea jams, design jams, hackfests, with over 500 participants. 305 ideas were submitted, and 22 actual apps have been built to some extent, with $500,000 in funding. So, before going into announcing the winners of the Mozilla Ignite Challenge, I'd just like to give you a really quick perspective from our vantage, what we see, some of the features of these technologies and why we should care about this. So, these technologies need to mature, as we've seen from the demos today, but what we're hoping for and what we think is possible is a sort of real-world quality communication. I mean, when I'm talking to you in person, there's very low latency in the sound waves going through the air to you. This is possible on these networks, between the software-defined networking and the sort of abundant bandwidth. It's also possible, and we see a lot of these apps that provide really immersive experience. Some of that's virtual, so you'll see in a demo from, say, Cizzle this afternoon, just the educational experiences of these immersive virtual environments, but also telepresence between two places, just very high-quality video conferencing. Ubiquitous computation. So your computer effectively sits in Google's data center or the Oak Ridge National Supercomputing Center or wherever. I mean, your phone, your laptop, whatever. Computation is no longer limited. And evidence everywhere. This is kind of the big data world we're entering. But you'll be able to make smart decisions about anything, kind of anywhere from your Google Glass or your phone or whatever. Ultimately, though, this is kind of about creating a bigger surface area for the mind. So without further ado, let me announce the 22 winners of the Mozilla Ignite Challenge. It was a total of $500,000 in prizes, and again, in partnership with the National Science Foundation. I should also say that many of these demos you can get your hands on in the next room, in the session right after this. And most of these are open source, they're hackable, the code is there for anyone who wants to get their hands on it. And finally, many of these Gigabit prototypes are ready to be piloted. Well, I think we're really pushing now for the minimum viable pilot to get these out into the real world, into the wild. So I'm going to run through these kind of quickly, so bear with me. But it's a lot. It's very cool. So you just saw the real-time emergency response team, Jeremy Cooperstock and team, providing eyes and ears for emergency responders using live video and social media. You're going to see later Engage 3D, Bill Brock and team, creating really engaging learning experiences using 3D telepresence. Remote process control using a reliable communication protocol, which is a mouthful, but really it's about making the internet more reliable for telesurgery, for 3D printing, for phone calls, you name it. High quality open source web conferencing, Fred Dixon and team, and this is just a simple idea. Every child with a browser should have access to a high quality education. OpenPath. So this is a technology for mobile path-based learning experiences that are collaborative in real time, and it's Jared Lomenzo and team. Hyperaudio Pad. This is a really cool interface. I didn't do a very good job with the picture, but to be able to edit audio and video in a very simple text interface. This is Mark Boaz and team. Easy 3D. This is essentially a Flickr for 3D, something that's just a really easy tool to share, annotate, collaborate around 3D objects, and this is Chris Slaughter and team. Simulation as a service for advanced manufacturing. So remotely access software and modeling and computational resources through a desktop as a service type system. Prasad Kaliam and team. PlanIT Impact. This is to bring citizens into the community planning process to understand and participate in decisions with data visualization and 3D tools. Cizzle, the collaborative science learning environment. So imagine you can collaborate and learn in these 3D worlds simultaneously just with a browser. KinectHealth. So stay connected to your friends and to your trainers to achieve your fitness goals no matter where you go in very high quality video. Umetrica, sort of holy grail of health IT. Monitor and alert patients and physicians with real-time cloud-based analysis of health centers. The software lending library. So this is, I'm sorry I missed some of the names here. This is Dave Lacrone and team. So this is to, you check out software from the library using these ultra-fast, low-latency networks. Brief+Case Health. This is Richard Wolnowski and team. So imagine it's just a dead simple solution for having people come together to do multi-party telemedicine. Students, parents, physicians with this briefcase. The sort of Star Trek tricorder of the future. Luminosity. A tool to allow scientists and citizens to collaborate on large, like astronomical data sets using web-based tools. Peer CDN. Oh gosh, I keep forgetting the names. Sorry, that last one's Amit Kapadia. This is Firas Abu Khadija. So this is building a better web experience using peer-based content delivery networks. Optimizing public transit. Noah Sidman Gale and team. This is just smart transit planning with real-time data analysis. The Rashomon project, multi-perspective chronology. The idea here is to tell a story of an event from audio and video that's recorded from multiple users all at the same time and aligned to give a kind of shared experience. FloodCube, a national flood information platform to predict floods and tailor alerts for individual users using analysis of national watersheds. Cyber-physical collaboration for advanced manufacturing. This is one of these immersive experiences where students and engineers can come together using haptic feedback devices actually as interface to virtual manufacturing environments to learn and create new things. WeCounsel, psychological counseling and therapy at a distance using high-quality video conferencing. Last but not least, Banyan. I keep forgetting the teams. Tony Gamaliel and team. This is a tool for version control and collaboration for scientists. So please join me in thanking the teams. This has been a lot of work. And I want to thank our partners, the National Science Foundation in particular, and US Ignite, also the Department of Energy, Zero Divide, and Genie. And I want to take just a second to say these 4 features that I just mentioned, the real-world quality communication, immersive experience, ubiquitous computation, and evidence everywhere, lead us to these 3 reasons to invest. This is about empowerment, this is about connectedness, and this is about opportunity. So my 2 calls to action to you are, explore these apps here and play with the code, and pilot them in your community. So let's pilot these in your community. Thank you.